go, I release, and I know I forgive, I receive, I can feel, I believe, I am healed, I am whole, I release, I know.
Hello everyone, I'm Sister Jenna. A few years ago I had a vision. The vision was comprised of witnessing members of Congress really going through a very tumultuous time. I had envisioned that within the walls of Congress there were questions about trust between themselves, but there was also the question of trust with Americans and the leadership of the country. So I went about to search for members of Congress who would be open to share with me the depths of their heart, what was at the base of their conscience. And I came across some of the most beautiful people that I walked away with this experience that our country is in good hands. Here we are many years later, maybe about 4 or 5 years later, after I had actually initially recorded Soul Talk on the Hill. And we're witnessing stuff that we have never seen in the United States of America. Trust within the walls of the United States Congress is at the all-time lowest it has ever been. As you know, just a few weeks ago, there were riots on the Capitol Hill. It was an insurrection. There were a lot of people hurt emotionally, mentally, physically. Soul Talk on the Hill invites me into the walls of the halls of Capitol Hill to sit and have a heart-to-heart conversation with members of Congress about what matters to them the most, what's at the base of their heart, their character, the content of their deepest, most innermost feelings. Never before has there been a meditation expert or an emotional wellness expert or even a yogi soul, however you want to put them in whatever label you want to. But there's never been someone like me that's been given the trust and the honor to enter into the walls of Capitol Hill and have a heart-to-heart conversation with our congressional leaders. What I love about Soul Talk on the Hill, it makes us see them for who they really are. Put aside all the political jargon that goes on. We get to see really who are the people that are creating our policies, voting for our rights. These are good people. And given the opportunity to really speak from the depths of their heart, the country, our cities, our districts will continue to keep thriving. As See Good TV re-releases this season of Soul Talk on the Hill, it is my pure wish that you sit back and relax and enjoy each of the episodes. Just go into the content, the questions, their expressions. You'll learn a lot about these people. They're good people. For anyone right now, it's a hard time. Globally, in the United States, it might be even more so, one of the hardest times it has ever endured. But I know that we will prevail, and I know that we will succeed. Soul Talk on the Hill is to invite you to give our congressional members a second chance, to begin to find ways to communicate with them from matters of heart and not matters of the political spectrum. What's more important than anything is what is the need of the time internally, and how does my conscience and my heart find peace in my choices. Soul Talk on the Hill asks important questions, and the congressional leaders gave very profound answers. If you've got any comments or anything you'd like to share, please feel free to let us know. We would love to hear your feedback. Soul Talk on the Hill is not endorsing any political parties or any candidate. It is simply having a heart-to-heart conversation with those who gave me the permission to come into the sacredness of their office and delve into their hearts. Enjoy Soul Talk on the Hill. Be well. Be safe. God bless you. Please, take care of yourselves. Welcome everyone to your next normal, to that evening time where we can just settle into ourselves and be together as an intimate community, a community of love, a community of peace, a community of happiness, a community of truth, a community of power, a community of so much, right? How was your day today? How did everyone do today? Please give me some good news that it was just a remarkable day. I hope it was for you. Congratulations to Hina, who we just heard. She came by. She's got a new job, but it's in Austin. So many of Baba's amazing, wonderful souls are leaving us. You know, Naveen is going to India. Navata is going to Florida. Hina is going to Texas. Who's the other one that's leaving? The Nuja went back to India. This is supposed to be the gift of happiness, but look at how I'm feeling like, But you know what? I'm happy that they have gotten the job. The fact that so many individuals lost jobs in December of 2020, now that they've gotten the job and we're just in February, they're doing well. They're doing great. So congratulations to them. I was teasing Brother Naveen today. I go, you're going to India and you're leaving us. Can't you have a little bit of attachment to us, man? Why do you have to have all this pure love for us that you can just go like that? It's not fun. He was laughing, you know. Today's this discussion on the gift of happiness, I was telling the brothers, when am I going to talk about happiness? I don't know how to talk about happiness. And the both of them looked at each other, you know, in codes. You know those codes? When two souls know things that you don't know? They looked at each other. I go, what? I don't know what to say about happiness today. So I thought that I would just lift up happy and put happy in front of you and go, this is happiness. Here's your gift of happiness. But in all reality, just learning from all the Raj Yogis that have played such a crucial role in my life, whether it was Sister Gita, my mother, Sister Wadi, the instrument in Florida, Daddy Janki, Sister Mohini, Sister Kala, Brother Never, Brother Mrityunjaya, so many individuals throughout my journey. I felt the gift of happiness from all of them. There were some that I didn't feel happy, but there was a joy there knowing that they're cared enough to be that strict with me. Does that make sense? There's a kind of a joy that when somebody does care about your well-being, then they're all up in your business. And even though at some point you're like, not another lecture, please. Do you all know that when I was a young sister, getting trained in my early days in New York in my 20s, I don't think I gave everybody a hard time, but it sure seemed that way. I really was just being myself. And why would they not be happy with me? So what happens, it's like, Antonia always laughs at me because I do the joke, you know, Jenna, you know, whatever. I always joke and I tease Antonia. I go, look, I used to be Jenny off the block, you know, and then all of a sudden my whole destiny opened up and I became like the sister now on the block. Give me some credit here, you know, I've moved a real long way. And so what I was feeling like in my early spiritual days of my awakening and growth, I just came in with that energy, you know, like, hi, you know, all bushy-tailed and bright-eyed. I'm here to be spiritual. That's exactly how I walked in. And those elders and all those, you know, strong yogis just kind of looked at me like, like, okay. Bring it down a little bit. Just bring it down a little bit. And I would be like, what's wrong with them? Why is everyone so serious here? And I didn't know it was giving them a hard time because I was really bringing the gift of happiness. But the happiness that I also was bringing was a happiness that I was accustomed to, which is the happiness of, do you see me? Do you know me? The happiness of a hug. The happiness of cooking what I like, the happiness of a nice car, the happiness of nice clothes, the happiness of going to different places, the happiness of eating great food, the happiness of my hair flowing long and looking like Farrah Fawcett back in the days, the happiness of the jewelry that I would wear and the necklaces, and the happiness of all of that. And when I went into those days, in my first early days of the ashram, none of that was defined as the happiness that was really at a soul level. And so for those first 4 years, there was a happiness, there was a joy that I had received from Baba, from God, and I loved it. It's what held me. But then there was like this part of me and this scene that was going on with me where it seemed like nothing I did made anyone happy, because I was coming from that old school of thought, and I had not yet, been broken in, to understand the deeper aspects of what real joy was. So here I am growing, right? And I'm like, these people are way too serious for me. How am I going to survive this environment? And there was such a natural happiness in all of them. Like, there'd be happiness just washing the pots. There was happiness cleaning the bathroom. There was happiness just sitting and being. And I was like, what is wrong with these folks? Because it wasn't the happiness that I knew. And so when I was given the duty to clean the toilets and to, scrub the floors in the kitchen and to make sure the kitchen was clean, I was like, do they understand how much I've done, where I've gone? And I'm like scrubbing away, and my nails used to look so good in those days. And it was like, and after a while, everyone, after you've cleaned enough bathrooms, I remember when I first got these big pots to clean, I was like, who's going to clean that? And they had my name down on the roster to clean the pots. I go, no, you don't understand. I don't really know how to, these pots are way too big. How am I supposed to do this? And it was like, they would look at me like, what is wrong with her? I mean, has she any idea where she is? And I used to be like, what's wrong with them? Why are they so serious? So it was such an interesting disconnect. They had been in a different place. I had been in a different place. But I was going through all these stages to understand what the real happiness was, that you could see they were just happy. They didn't need a new car. They didn't need a hug. They didn't need their favorite foods to be cooked for them. And these were my early days now, when Daddy Janki sent me for training with Sister Mohini and Sister Kala. And I was like, the bubbly one, and I get so excited over things. I still get excited over things. I'm like this perpetual optimist, and not imbalanced, that I still am very mindful of what's important in life. But perhaps there's something also recorded in the soul, that once your soul is in your body, isn't that a celebration? I'm just going to throw that out to you. I mean, Brother Naveen was like, I think I'm like sannyasi, sister. It's like, sannyasi? What are you doing being a Brahma Kumar? Brahma Kumars can't be sannyasis. It's like, he's like, yeah, but I just like my own company and me and Baba and simple. And I looked at him and I said, yeah, that's good too. Once you're happy with that, there's nothing wrong with it. And yet I ask you, have you thought once in this lifetime of yours that the fact that the soul is in the body, that should make you happy? Isn't that a gift? I'm in my body. I can see you. I can hear you. I can touch you. I can smell you. It's like, isn't that happiness? And I think because we wake up and we see the same body every day, and sometimes some of us are getting pretty expanded, some of us are getting pretty, all the brothers, look at this, guys.
You didn't see this seed. So I said, some of us are getting expanded, and one brother's like, oh yeah, I have to fix my shirt. And some of us are getting a little bit smaller. Santosh every day is like, sister, you should eat. I go, why? So I can expand like you? No, not for me. But the whole thing is that if my soul, and I'm asking you to think of this, everyone, tonight. Your soul is in your body. That means you're giving it life. Aren't you happy about that? I mean, isn't that a gift? To hear me? To use your eyes to see through your computer and see your loved ones and cook for them and clean for them. And sometimes we lose our happiness because we keep thinking we're supposed to have something other than what we have. I was giving an interview for a magazine that they're going to put me on the cover in March. And in the interview, and I have to tell you this, in the interview I was speaking to the publisher and I was telling her about the importance of accepting what's the unfolding of your story. And I was talking about my mother, Sister Gita, and how I've had the thought like, wow, it's like amazing that I'm karmically connected to this energy because we're so different, and yet our love for God and our love for service is so alike. I mean, the both of us are so committed with our love affair with God and our love for the betterment of humanity. Me and Sister Gita, we have that. My father, nothing near it. Not even close. He wasn't even close to that. It's interesting how contrasting the two energies are or were. But in the interview this morning, she was asking me, well, I know you must have so many mentors, but tell me, who's the mentor in your life that just impacts you, And immediately, without a second thought, I told them, my mother. And there was a pause for at least 30 seconds between the both of us. And she became emotional. And I was in that state. And I says, you can feel that emotion. She says, yes. I said, it's my mother. How she protected me and fought for me and made me get some sort of a good way of living and growing, despite the traumatic journey she had as a child. I just don't know how she did it. And I don't know what's in her that gave her that kind of a strength and courage that raised me. And for that moment, we couldn't get out of that. And as I was sharing with that story, I was saying, I'm happy with her as my mother. What am I going to do? Am I going to ask for someone else? Am I going to wish for someone else? That would be stupid of me to do that, because there must be a reason why I karmically attracted that energy in my life. And for me to curse that energy would be to curse my own energy that has created that fortune. So when we look at the gift of happiness, are you willing to just accept what you have in your life and settle with that just for a while and see in what way can I make this the best? And as you continue to really bring in that happiness of accepting who you're married with, who your children are, who the in-laws are, and just know that they're not in your life because of a mistake, or they're not in your life because they're not good, or you don't get along with them. That's not the reason why they're in your life, but there must be a significant reason why your energy brought those souls into your life, and you should be happy about it. And there should be love. And if I can't be happy with what I have in front of me, it's sort of like, am I not celebrating the fact that I, the soul, am in this body? Why would I not? So the gift of happiness is simply for me connected to the fact that I, the soul, left God's womb from the soul world of light, the sixth element of light. Maybe if you were Islamic, you would call it Bahisht. If you were Buddhism, you would call it Nirvana. If you're Hindu, you would call it Paramdham or Brahmlok. If you're Christian, you'd call it heaven. Whoever you want to define that you come from, but when the soul leaves the womb of that space of God's energy, and imagine you're sent with so much love, and now you're given matter to live from, why aren't we happy? We're living. We have another chance. I got up the other day, it's like, oh, Sister Gita's looking at me, right? And like, oh, I really need to exercise. I could barely move. I was like, this isn't good. I should really move my body more. And once your soul is in the body, move it. Exercise. Love it. See through it. Bring God's love in it. You want to understand the gift of happiness? Have a soul conscious experience through your body. That's how your happiness will increase. And you'll keep accepting your situations, your circumstances, people. They'll all be okay. You ready to do a little meditation? Let's go and experience the gift of joy from Sister Genty. And when you come back, we can continue a little bit more, huh? Okay.
Let us now turn inwards and awaken the original quality of happiness, of joy within the self. Sitting quietly with one thought, I focus my attention on the soul. I, the eternal being, the being of peace. In this awareness of peace, I move beyond the limits of my physical body and in this state of peace, I begin my journey. I dive below the surface of the waves to discover the treasures within. On the surface are the memories of the immediate experiences of the past. But patiently, I decide for a while not to ponder over these, not to spend my valuable moments of silence contemplating the memories of sorrow, but to see what there is further down, deeper within. The waves stay up above, and the silence of my own inner being draws me towards itself. And as I come to the core of my being, I see that here, at the very heart of my being, there is beauty, there is love. And I can feel happiness emerging from deep inside. I begin to touch the treasure of joy, knowing that this is my eternal state. I maintain this inner awareness of happiness. Om Shanti.
I think a lot of times we connect happiness to something always external. But you can find happiness even in your stillness. You can find happiness eating a meal in quietness. You can find happiness looking at a flower blossoming. Today there was a bird that was flying by the window, and he just kept going on the same branch, and he kept flying back and forth, and you would look at that, I go, that was such joy. It was like so simple. It was like so simple. There was happiness in us getting ready for the new studio. There's happiness in everything. Happiness is like, there's a saying that there's no nourishment quite like the nourishment of happiness. We've all heard that. We've all heard that. And I want to take you back again to that one thought I said. Once your soul is in your body, aren't you happy? I just want you to keep going back here. Because I think we take it for granted, the preciousness of life and why we're here. Like that happiness, I can see, I can hear, I can smell, I can touch. Why would I not be happy? Then we get into all these other expansions. Well, my nose doesn't look like this, my eyes should be like this, my skin doesn't, too many gray hairs, then you start to become unhappy. Why? Because you're thinking about someone else. You're thinking about the comparison of, you're comparing yourself with other people. You feel that because that person's on the front cover of the magazine, or that person won the Grammy or the Oscar, or the person dresses in this garb and walks out there with Giorgio Armani's or the Tiffany collection or the diamonds. Oh my God, that's happiness. Look at them. You know, they walk the red carpet and they're like, geez, hi. And you're like, yeah, I think that's happiness. No, it's not. And it's messed a lot of people up. A lot of people look at those signs, and then what happens is that people take away their gift of happiness by just being in their own skin and accepting, wow, let me find the beauty that is in me. Let me find the beauty that is surrounding me. You know, a reason why so many people might not be inspired to make their environments look better, or to even simplify that it can look good, is that they keep thinking that it's not matching up to everybody else's stuff. So that whole energy of wanting what others have or wanting more, it's stripping the natural nourishment of the soul. Like actually, if you took away all of that, I bet you'd just be happy, okay? If there was nobody else and nothing else around, wouldn't you just be happy with what you have? But because we keep seeing this, so that looks good, yeah, I get it. I get it. But now we have that opportunity to just go, but I'm happy just being here. I'm happy just making a meal, just cooking for the folks that I love. When was it I made pancakes? Was it last night? We were so hungry. We were like, gosh, I'd love to do something. We just made pancakes. You should have seen all of us sitting go, it's so good. It's so good. We're all so happy, eating. Some eat pancakes with a knife and fork. I won't tell you who. And some eat their pancakes like they're from Hyderabad. I won't tell you who. And there was little Sister Gita, a whole pancake already in her plate, and she's looking at what other brothers are having in my plate. But I should have some of your pancakes. So we all looked at her. Well, finish yours first, no? Yeah, but that would give me some of that. And we just looked at her like, eat your pancake, and then I can make you some more. It goes back to that thing. You have everything in front of you. She's like, can I, brother? Don't eat that, but that's my pancake. And there's a whole pancake in front of her. It takes away your happiness when you stop appreciating just what you have. Now, I'm not saying that the soul doesn't keep thriving or striving for more. It's supposed to do that. The soul is energy, right? So when the soul catches a thought, you have to check that the thought isn't encouraging you or telling you to do what you're supposed to do or go for what you're supposed to go to because, Mr. Jones has that. I don't have it. Or did you see what they did? We should do that too or more. But the thought that you're getting from the divine, it should just be like, so tell me, what's next for us? I got that from Daddy Prakashmani, one of my spiritual mentors. Every year when we would meet Daddy Prakashmani in Mount Abu in Madhuban, after the meeting, she would just sit in this beautiful, powerful position and she would say, what next? What next? She's not looking at what others did or didn't do or should have done. She's waiting for Baba to say, what next? And even with us, as we're moving into different stages, we're like, what next? What did we do that was in alignment with our goodness and with our spirit and with our purity? And that's what we've all been trying to meet about. What did we do last cycle? So we were trying to get the new studio. We're kind of putting it together. And yes, and just today we were talking, and there is a picture that has the eternal, what is it called, Santosh? The eternal cycle, like the cycle of 8, and it takes you throughout the whole journey of life. And the minute we mention the picture, everybody goes, oh yeah, that will be perfect. So that, to me, is the confirmation, oh, we must have did that last cycle. Because nothing that we're doing is new. Everything is just a recording that's being played over, like the shows. You can play them over again and again. And then you don't have to work so hard. So there are two things. Let me be clear now. Your happiness gets less if whatever you're thinking that you need to do for your more is because of jealousy, competition, expectation, desire, comparison. It's going to pull from your happiness because you're thinking that you're going after that to give you more happiness and you already have happiness. That doesn't make any sense, right? So the motive in your wanting to do more, if it's connected to that, it will take away your gift of happiness. So let's say you have what you have. Let's say you are where you are at. And you go inside in your stillness, and you go inside in your beauty of the soul. And you think to God, and you think to yourself, you go, what next is there for me? What next is the written story for us as a collective? Where's the world going next? Those are the thoughts I have, Like, where's the world going? What's in it for us as a collective? And what is it that I have to do? And I wait. I wait. Because I trust God's light knows what it wants from me. I don't know, but Baba knows. And you wait, and when that thought comes, and you're not thinking about who you're competing with, who you're jealous of, who you're trying to copy, who you're none of those thoughts are in it, your happiness will increase. Guarantee. Give it a try. You want some more meditation? Let's have a little bit more, shall we? Think about these things as you go into your meditation and your deep dive. Take the next 10 minutes. Think about your life, where you are, and think about all the things that are working for you, and that it's okay. And watch how your happiness will increase tonight. Ready? Take a deep breath.
I allow my body to rest. I take a deep breath in, and as I breathe out, I release any tightness or tension that I'm holding in my body. I am becoming loose and free and relaxed. I allow my thoughts to settle as I prepare to meditate. I let my mind rest. I absorb the music into my soul. I listen to the gentle sounds. As the music soothes my mind. And I relax completely. Above me, I perceive a shining star. A star radiating infinite light from a central point. I am moved by the star's perfect beauty. The star's light is drawing me like a magnet, and I feel my spirit rising. Breaking free from my bodily restrictions, my spirit flies upwards towards the star. I'm floating in the freedom of endless space. The star attracts me closer to itself. I'm drawn even closer until I'm right by the heart of the star. I'm surrounded by a soft, silvery glow. I sense that this light has a living warmth which enters my spirit. I know this star is a gift from God, and through this star, God is caressing my spirit with light and love. Within this light and love, my spirit rests peacefully. I am peaceful. I am content. My spirit is whole. My spirit is healed through God's love and peace. As I absorb divine love, the light of God reaches every aspect of my spirit. I allow God's loving light into every dark corner. The light touches my fear. I feel the fear dissolve into a loving light of acceptance. I absorb loving divine light into my dark moods of anger, and I feel a growing easiness and tolerance in my spirit. the light touches my worry, and I let go of my concerns for the future. I let go of what happened in the past. And I become peaceful, carefree. Every aspect of my spirit is light and free. I have absorbed light and peace deeply into my spirit, and I radiate this light and peace outwards. I rest a while in the gentle, loving light of God.
I'm Shanti. Welcome back, everybody. So the brothers are here having a discussion about smartphones and Apple and how much it's valued. And they're like, they're just making you addicted to it, you know? And I looked at the two brothers, I go, did they put a gun at your head to buy these things? And then I'm laughing with Naveen and goes, look what's in your hand. Not even a godly Merly. You have an iPhone. He put down the iPhone immediately, like, yeah. Look, happiness is like this. Believe it or not, do you think Naveen is going to be holding his smartphone if it didn't give him happiness? Is he going to be holding that smartphone because it's like so painful? These people have us addicted to these smartphones. I don't like them, you know? Why is he holding the phone in his hand? The gift of happiness. Sometimes what we have gives us happiness. And that's it. Thanks to Steve Jobs for making me addicted to a smartphone. Thank you for the inventor of Facebook and Twitter and whatever. Thank you for the guy who created the Sony camera and the lighting. Thank you. Thank you for the heat in the room. Thank you to Happy for being such a good pup. Very nice. Celebrate. So, that same iPhone might have saved your life. Maybe the same iPhone is giving you a job. Maybe that same iPhone is making you connect to loved ones. A few weeks ago, there's this big thing about deleting WhatsApp. WhatsApp's going to take all your data. Then everybody's like, go to Signal, go to Telegram, go to this. And I remembered I'm on this group with all of our AM guests, and I just sent a message, okay, so WhatsApp might be taking your data, and I don't know, or they might be doing whatever with your data, but you think that the governments don't already know what you're up to? One. Second thing is, did you ever tell WhatsApp thanks for making you able to call your family for free on video to see them? I says, come on, we've got to come from a different attitude. Okay, WhatsApp has made us connect to people like you wouldn't believe for free. And video. I mean, that gives me a lot of joy, right? When everyone's like, forget this WhatsApp because they're doing that. I go, come on, people, get your acts together. Weren't you taking from that service? What did you pay to WhatsApp? Did you give him any money every month? Did you pay Facebook? Did you pay WhatsApp for that? No. So what's the problem? Oh yeah, but then they tricked us, because now they have all of our information and data. Did they force you? Did you enjoy taking from them? How many people have done Facebook call with their families, and when you go Facebook, hi mama, and you're looking at, were you complaining about Steve Jobs and making you addicted to your smartphone? Not right now. But it's a good point, isn't it, Naveen Bhai? It's a good point. And I think that if we could, this is something that I work on for myself, which is why I'm able to speak very clearly on this. A lot of times when you're taking, still be thankful. And no one's forcing anything down our throats. I'm not even forcing you to be watching this tonight. But yet, when you do, and if it's free, then if we do anything wrong, why would you argue? You're like, now that I think about it, they've been looking out for us for a year every night. Thank you. I'm not talking about you guys because you guys are the best. But I've seen it. Like, come on. Where's your gift of happiness? Be happy with what you've inherited. Be happy with what you've gotten. Then you decide, I think I'll take a break. I think I've been blessed with this. Okay, now. Okay. Change is good, change is inevitable. So for the end of our conversation, be happy that your soul is in the body and that it's available to play out a part and think and speak and feel and make choices and celebrate. Just celebrate it. The more you complain about what isn't right and this one and that one, you attack your fortune. You reduce it. And I'm not talking about just now, but in the future, depending on what intention you're like, well, why are you knocking it down? What's the purpose of it? Like, where's that energy coming from? Because if it's you would celebrate if you're the one that invented the smartphone, looking at what came out of your intellect. How you've changed the world. Is it for the better or for the worse? It has to be for the better, because the drama is fixed to unfold the way that it does. So what are we going to, where's the joy here in all of this? It's in being present and celebrating what you have and being okay if you're no longer feeling that it's enough. Like the soul reaches a point that it says, I think I'm ready for something new now. Then it goes for something new. What next? What next? What next? And it keeps going. The gift of happiness, it keeps giving. The gift of sorrow wants to take. Takers get tired, givers won't. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Remember, Sunday will be a special program. We're going to be releasing the Om Shanti album. It goes out, I think it starts at 8 a.m. EST on Valentine's Day. Please, everyone, take it, pass it around. If you go on the America Meditating YouTube, you see the premiere link. So you can just take that link, post it, and share it with your friends. But also use the hashtag of Ricky Cage and Sister Jenna. And of course, America Meditating and Brahma Kumars would be lovely. We love you. Have a great, great weekend. And on Sunday, I'll give you all the updates of what we have in store for our new programming and activities and programs that will be very different than what we're doing now. And I'm sure everybody will enjoy it. Of course, you're aware of how much energy we put in every day, and we just want to make sure that we're also taken care of and you're taken care of and the larger picture is okay. So when we come up with the new programming and everything on Sunday, you'll get a little bit of a sneak preview and we'll talk about it a little bit. And I'm sure everyone will be happy. All right? Have a great, great evening. Lots of love. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Hi everyone, it's Sister Jenna from America Meditating Radio. I hope you've been enjoying Wiseish, which you can get live on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube from 8:30 a.m. to 8:45. But you can also get it on demand 24/7. It's going to be your power boost for the morning. It's your daily dose for the soul. It's just going to encourage you to make the day that much more valuable. So join us. Looking forward to seeing you.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful.